When Death is Bored by Tammy. All I could do was push one button. One big red button that had two functions. 1, open. 2, close. Open. He's there again. He's not far away now. Close. After falling from a great height at age 11, I'd suffered from major back pain for most of my life. And after just one bad trip to the spa, it meant I was now trapped, almost completely paralyzed in my own car. I could barely stand the strong mix of bad food and gone-off milk, and I could pretty much taste the rotting meat that had been nicely wrapped by the butcher and was now sat next to me on the passenger seat, festering away. The raw stench clung tightly to my nasal hairs and soaked through my pores. With every hot and labored breath I took, I could swear I could feel teeny meat fibers being sucked into my lungs.
"I'm gonna take the kids to the lake house this weekend,"
my husband Miles had said.
"I thought it would give you some much-needed alone time that you've so desperately wanted lately. You can rest your back or maybe even get a massage."
Aw, I'd love to have the whole house to myself for a weekend. I love you, Miles, I told him. Don't come back too early, I teased. That was Friday evening, and I've been here ever since. It's now Sunday. It's 8:38 p.m., and according to my car's thermostat, still a whopping 84 degrees. I pressed the big red button for the millionth time. Open. I had to keep opening the garage door for airflow. I most certainly would have died before now if it hadn't been for this button. Not only was I trapped inside my own car, but that car is then inside a metal garage that has been flash fried by the intense summer heat for 2 weeks solid and with no rain reliever. And if it weren't for him, I would have kept the damn thing open the whole time. His features were blurred, and he wore only black. There's something large in his hand, but I was yet to make it out. He only walked toward me when my garage door was fully open. Problem is, my family and I live in a quite posh area that just happens to be pretty much desolate too. The nearest neighbor lives 5.2 miles away. He never stops walking until I close the door. I press the button once again. Close. In the beginning, I tried yelling for help and honking my horn, but that was when he was just a teeny blur in my windscreen, and it wasn't long before I realized that he wasn't there to help me.
Ugh, it's so hot.
Open. He crept towards me, one long but slow stride at a time. It was simply just a game to him. What would get me first? Dehydration or clothes? I'd say I have about 4 or 5 more button presses before he eventually reaches me. But it's just too open.